Alright, so I'm making this video for a friend of mine. I'm going to post it on YouTube. He asked me pretty much to show him how to use a lock picking kit. So I told him I'd make a video for him. It's really easy. A lot of people think it's stupidly hard, like stupid hard, but it's so easy to learn how to pick locks. I guess first, so this is my lock picking set. It's got a whole bunch of different tools in it. I'll go over those here in a second. And then I have an acrylic lock. It's a master lock setup, so you can actually see the pins when you're working on them inside of the lock. Um, Now, I guess I'll go over some of the tools. You have tension bars, which they're just little steel wrenches pretty much that put tension on the inside of the tumbler. So when you're doing your rake work or your pick work with a rollover pick or whatever type of pick you're deciding to use on what specific lock you're using, it'll put tension on the tumbler so that when you do get the actual pins in the place that they need to be to turn the lock, that you'll have that enough pressure to turn the lock and actually open it. So that's what the tension bars are for, and they also make flat ones like this for your smaller locks, mini master locks, and all sorts of stuff. So as far as picks go, you have your hook picks for rollover work. They're usually single. They are also called. There's another name for them. I forget the other name for them, but they're essentially for locks with um, limited amounts of pins, like small pin locks, like 3 pin locks, 2 pin locks, which those are going to be like bike locks and maybe lockbox locks, these little tiny pieces of crap tin boxes that have locks on them. Then you've got double hinged locks. These are for or lock picks. These are for cars. These are your car keys. These are gonna put pressure on both sides of the locks and hit tumblers on both sides, or pins on both sides of the tumbler. So these are good to have for if you ever lock yourself out of side of your car or something like that. Then we have barrel locks. This is for a barrel lock. It is a flat piece, not like normal pins or picks. And then my favorite are the rake picks. They have multiple points here that you can see. Let me get a good view. You have multiple points here that you can actually see their teeth on the pick, and you can actually rake over multiple pins at once rather than just doing pin by pin by pin, which can be tedious in the end. So yeah, I mean, essentially those are the types of lock picks that I have personally. So I'm going to show you an example. It's really quick, really easy. If you know what you're doing, you can get into any kind of lock really within 30 seconds if you know what you're doing. So I'm going to do it once really fast, and then I'm just going to go ahead and show you step by step what I did. So you have the lock here. It's locked up. It's tight. I'm going to put the tension wrench in. And you always want to keep constant pressure on the tension wrench, otherwise you might get the pins in place and not even know it because you're not turning it. So then you take your rake here. I'm going to go through and I'm going to rake the pins that you need to get the lock open. And of course, the one time I do it on camera, it's going to take me a minute and a half, watch, but usually I can get this thing within 10 seconds. Maybe it's the way I'm holding the wrench. But essentially what you do is you go over and you rake. There we go. You rake the pins. So let's do that one more time. See if I can get it a little bit faster this time. I'm out of practice too. I haven't done this in a minute, so. All right. So I've got tension on the wrench. You put this in. You rake the keys. Bam. 10 seconds. Not even 10 seconds. What was that, like 30 seconds? 30 seconds. It was like 5 seconds. So, all right, now I'm going to go over this one last time. You can see the pins in the... There you are. Each one of these pins get pushed down. You can see that they move. Let's see if I can get it good on camera here. See? See how those pins are moving? I can push them all down independently. And as I said before, that's why I really like the rake tool, the rake picks, because they push down multiple pins in the tumbler all at the same time. It'll hit all 4 or 5 of these pins. They make varied numbered of teeth on these. So again, what you do is there's your lock. Now you have your pin side, which is always going to be the thin side, and then the fatter side where the key's strength comes from and turns the actual lock, that's where you're going to put the tension bar. So you're going to take the tension bar, you're going to insert it right up top there, and you're going to pull it to the top of the lock, to the top of that chamber, right? And once it's in there and pulled to the top, that's when you want to use your forefinger to put pressure on it. So you're holding it like that so there's constantly pressure on it. Then you take your rake, you go into the bottom half, and you essentially just rake back and forth until the pins go into position and the lock opens. So there's my tutorial. Tell me what you guys think. Put comments in the inbox or comment section, whatever, if it was helpful. And I'm going to be posting this on YouTube, so as well as Facebook. Take it easy, guys.